Problem 24A, Part 3, is the raw materials budget. This flies off the production budget that we did in Part 2. We have to make sure that we have enough material to make these. The production budget told us how many we were going to make. Now we have to decide how much stuff we need to buy. So let's put in the production budget units while we have that. We'll just copy these numbers in. So in April, we're going to have to make 19,700 units. In May, we're going to make 19,900 units. And in June, we're going to make 20,400 units. The things that I've left in were the additional information they gave us about the material requirements per unit, the beginning inventory, and the cost for the material price per unit. So, and all of these budget problems are basically just a bunch of multiplication problems. They fit a spreadsheet scenario perfectly. So, when we do this math, we find that the materials needed for production for April are 9,850 units. And for May, it's 9,950 units. And for June, it's 10,200 units. And that's just that times that to that. Okay, now, just like the production budget, the raw materials budget requires that we have a certain amount of material on hand for the next period. And if we look at the text, they tell us that, and this is in item B, they call for a given month's raw material ending inventory to equal 50% of the next month's requirements. So we need to have on hand at the end of the month half of what we'll need for the following month. So let's go through. We need to have half of this, and that's $49.75. Half of this, okay? So we need to have that on hand, $49.75. We need half of this, which is 5,100, and we need half of July, so we had to do a quick calculation for July, come up with 8,000 units, and we need 4,000 of those for our ending inventory. So altogether, our total material requirements are 14,825 for April. In May, our total material requirements are 15,050 units, whatever the unit is, we don't know. Could be pounds, ounces, grams, we have no idea. And 14,200 for June, and we're just adding those. Now, we deduct our beginning inventory. They told us that our beginning inventory was $49.25, and then in April we made allowance for half of May. So that's $49.75. And we did the same for June. We made an allowance to have that on hand. So how much materials do we need to purchase? What we need minus what we have is what we need to buy. So do the subtractions, or if you went to Philadelphia Public Schools, the takeaways, and we find that we need to purchase 9,900 units in April, 10,075 in May, and 9,100 for June. That's how much we're going to need to purchase. That's not the most important number we're going to need. We need that number because we have to tell our guy in production or purchasing, hey Bob, buy this much. But the person that really counts is Mary in accounting, because she has to make sure we have the money. And each unit of material costs $20. Again, I have no idea what the material is or what the unit is, but if each one costs $20, I can do the math. I can do the multiplication, which is all it is, just a basic multiplication. Multiply each one of those by $20, and we come up with $198,000. We're going to need, for April's raw materials, we're going to need $201,500 to obtain May's raw materials, and we're going to need $182,000 to obtain June's raw materials. And each of these cash numbers we need to keep track of, because we're going to need those when we do. It'd be nice if I put it up so you could see it. We're going to need those cash numbers when we do our cash budget. And again, so you can see it, $20 per unit times the 900 that we need, 20 times 1075, 20 times 91. That's the cash we need on hand. This is the number we need for our acquisitions agent or our purchasing agent. This is the number we need for our accounting department.